The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die.
Help me!
Now, what will happen? The Death Note. It's for real.
Any human who's used a Death Note can neither go to heaven nor hell for eternity.
I want the world to know of my existence. That there's someone out there passing righteous judgment on the wicked. And I will become the god of this new world.
He found himself overwhelmed with happiness and satisfaction,
I have no idea
knowing
what you
that
were thinking
at
coming
long
to my house,
last
but I am
his
so
dream
through
had
him.
finally
Seriously?
come true.
So what happened with your dad after that?
All right then, Yagami,
Hmm?
please recite this line for us.
Sure. Having finally made his dream a reality, he was overwhelmed, both by the magnitude of his achievement and by the joy and happiness that it brought him.
That was very well done, but I'm not surprised, of course. Absolutely flawless. Very good. Well then, we'll leave it at that for today.
I thought it'd never end. How do you do this every day? It's so boring here. Hey, where you going? Hey, Light, are you listening to me?
Don't talk to me. Unlike you people can still hear me when I talk out loud.
Well, aren't you boring?
Hey, what's up, Light? We were just gonna head down
Sorry, I'm a little busy today.
You don't have anything to do. Aren't you just gonna go home and hang out in your room as usual?
What are you talking about? Of course I have something to do. Yes, something very important.
There was more violence across the city today. Another stabbing, this time at a restaurant in the heart of the Kabukicho district of Shinjuku, following a heated exchange between two employees.
Hey, Light. I'm talking to you.
What is it?
Why are you working so hard?
I can't afford to waste any time. I have a very small window to write names in this notebook. I only have from when I get home from school until I go to bed. I still need to sleep so I can maintain my average and stay at the top of my class. Obviously, I can't be sleeping in class. Plus, there's all the studying at home and at cram school. I can't let myself get too tired. It'll start to affect my health and my mental performance. If I'm serious about trying to create an ideal world that's free from evil, then I need to make the most of my time.
Huh? Weird. Hey, Light, what's going on? Why's your door locked?
It's Sayu. What is it?
Can you help me with my homework?
Yeah, okay.
We're doing quadratic equations in math. Sorry to interrupt. I know you're studying right now, but I'm like the only person in my class who doesn't get this stuff. Thanks so much.
No problem.
I'd be careful if I were you. If anyone else touches that notebook you've got hidden in the drawer right now, they'll be able to see me too.
Huh? He waits till now to mention that important detail? Damn Shinigami.
What's wrong? Are you all right?
It's nothing. So, what exactly don't you understand? What are you stuck on?
Well, I think all of it.
There have been 52 deaths that we're aware of, and that's just in the past week.
Every single one of them involved a heart attack.
They were all criminals who were either being held in prison or who were wanted by police for outstanding crimes. And I think it's safe to say there are other criminals whose deaths are unaccounted for.
In which case, the death toll could be well over 100.
Morning, Chief. They started the meeting without you.
That's fine. I had to take an urgent call from headquarters.
At any rate, these were criminals who were probably facing execution sooner or later. Perhaps we shouldn't...
Why should it matter whether it's a criminal or someone innocent? Last time I checked, murder was still murder.
It's still too early to consider these a homicide.
Then how did all these people have heart attacks at the exact same time? That's not coincidence, it's murder!
Do you think it's possible to simultaneously kill all these people in different locations?
We're treating this as an elaborate murder plot that's been carried out by a large organization.
If it is a large organization, I'm sure I'm not alone in suspecting the FBI or CIA.
I dare you to say that again!
Now, this is not the time to be joking around. We need to confirm that these are indeed homicides and not coincidences.
How? Autopsy results show that in all of these cases, the victims died of a sudden heart attack.
Investigating a series of heart attacks is pointless. I don't see what else we can learn.
Absolutely. If these people have been shot or stabbed, at least we'd have something to go on.
If that's the case, it looks as if we'll have no choice but to bring in L.
Chief, what's this L they're talking about?
Right. I forgot that it's your first time at this conference. We don't know L's real name or whereabouts. In fact, we still don't even know what he looks like. However, he's managed to solve every case he's ever taken on. And he's tackled some of the greatest mysteries this world has ever known. He hides in the shadows, but he's the best of the best. A last resort, our trump card.
But I've heard this L is extremely arrogant. I understand he'll only take on cases that he's personally interested in.
That's exactly right. Besides, we don't even know how to contact him.
L is already on the move. Gentlemen, L has already begun his investigation into these incidents.
Watari.
Huh? Who's that?
That man's the only known person who can contact L. Nobody knows his true identity either. Please be silent. L would now like to address the delegates.
Greetings to all of you at the ICPO. I am L.
What are we doing here anyway? I don't understand why we're sneaking around this dump. Tell me.
Isn't it obvious? You told me that anyone who touches the Death Note will be able to see you. I can't afford to carry something this dangerous with me anymore. Up until now, I thought that if my family ever saw the notebook, I could tell them I was keeping records of various criminals in preparation for becoming a detective one day. But I'm walking a very fine line right now. I don't want to think about it, but if I make one mistake, I might end up killing my own family.
The difficulty of this case lies in its unprecedented scope. And make no mistake, we're witnessing an atrocious act of mass murder, one that is unforgivable. This case cannot be solved without the full cooperation of the ICPO, that is, all of the police organizations you represent throughout the world. You need to make the decision to fully support the investigation at this meeting. Also, I require additional cooperation from Japan's National Police Agency.
What? Why Japan in particular?
Whether the guilty party is an individual or a group, there's a strong possibility that they're Japanese. And even if they're not, we can be sure they're hiding in Japan.
What is all this based on?
Why Japan, you ask? I think I'll be able to provide you with proof of that after I directly confront the culprit.
A direct confrontation?
At any rate, I would like to set up the investigation headquarters in Japan.
That was easier to make than I thought it'd be.
Huh? Does that mean you were able to hide the notebook?
Yeah. I hid it right here in this drawer.
But it doesn't seem to be particularly well hidden. You left the key in the lock.
That's the whole point. I intentionally left the key in the most noticeable place I could think of.
Isn't that just a regular diary?